Coming back with another episode of the Ignition Booster Podcast, Hang Out in the Garage with the one and only Chase.
What's up?
We did it. We're back. We're back. We did it. We did it. Welcome back, buddy. How are you?
I'm very good. Very, very good.
It's good to have you back. Oh my gosh, it feels like it's been forever.
We're through the holiday season.
We're through the holiday season. Happy New Year, everybody. Wearing the flannels for the traditional January recording of this podcast when it's far too cold. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Good Christmas.
Yeah. Very good.
Did you get everything you wanted?
Yes.
That's good.
I got some questions about New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay. Wow. Like, where was I?
Yeah. The cops are needing to know.
Wow. Alibis? I was with my family. We were at Disney. Thank you very much. Yeah.
But so not just this New Year's Eve. In general, are you like a stay up till midnight kind of guy, or?
So New Year's Eve used to be, before kids, that was one of Karen and I's favorite holidays.
Really?
Well, okay, so our anniversary is early January, so we would always kind of treat New Year's Eve as like go out, have like the we didn't like the big parties, but we had like a big date. There's always like because there are people always doing like cool specials, and like some places still like had the Christmas decorations up and stuff, so it was always kind of fun. So pre-kids, I would say we were probably up till midnight most nights. Now with the kids, we do the countdown with them at like 9, 10. Yeah.
Big fan of pigs in the blanket. And
wait, is that like a New Year's thing? Okay.
I feel like there are a few times through the year that give you perfect excuse to have
socially acceptable pigs in a blanket.
New Year's Eve, Super Bowl,
Flag Day.
Yeah, Canadian Boxing Day.
Hey, Canadian Boxing Day is a beautiful holiday. Don't hate on it.
So I apologize. Well, I mean, I also love it for pigs and blanket reasons.
Yeah. Snuggie hot dogs. Who doesn't love a Snuggie hot dog? Wrap it up. Yeah. Oh, you mustard on the piggy in the blanket?
No, you know me. I know you'll eat mustard on your cereal.
Everything.
So no, I hate mustard. Hate it.
Oh, that's shame on that. It's low calorie and delicious, and it's also in the Bible.
It's tangy.
It's tangy good. Tangy good. So did you have some pigs in the blanket this year for New Year's Eve?
Always.
Oh,
always.
Like homemade, or like what's the thing?
Where are you going to get store-bought? Wait, homemade? Where can you get pigs in a blanket?
We're about to find out. The Schwan's Man. Didn't it call the Schwan's Man on the big yellow truck?
Does that exist anymore?
Oh yeah, dude. He's delivering food right now.
Hold on though. That would still be homemade.
Well, you're heating them up,
but it's homemade.
You know, reheating frozen food is not homemade, my guy.
Was it made in my house? Yeah.
Okay. Drop your comments below. If you heat up frozen dinners, it's not homemade.
It was made at your house.
It's reheated. But when you heat up leftover pizza, is it homemade?
Not if it was bought at Domino's.
Okay. Well, you bought this at the Schwan's Man and heated it up. Is it homemade?
Okay. So I also didn't like butcher the cow when I'm making hamburgers at home.
If you're tenderizing the meat and forming the patty, if it's hand formed patty, that feels homemade.
This is an interesting conversation.
Okay.
I feel like there's a difference between homemade and made from scratch.
Oh, you're giving it a whole nother category.
Right.
Okay. Homemade
when
versus
I think
made
when
from
I think about
scratch.
homemade, it just means like you cooked it at the house.
Oh. So like when y'all order, like if you ordered like one of those food boxes where they send you the meal and you heat it up, that's homemade?
I feel like it is.
Okay.
Literally, it says home chef.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. For folks that are new listeners, there was a solid 3-month period that I thought our friend Chad here was really bougie because he kept referring to he and Martha's home chef. I thought they had hired part-time help to make dinners. I didn't realize that home chef was a brand.
We work at the same place. Well, how are you thinking that
Hey, we all invest differently, you know? We all have our own levels of investment. Like, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge you. I just thought we were making strong choices. Listen, some folks have a nice car. Some folks have a nice wardrobe. My man here's got a nice home chef.
I'm driving an '08 Honda with a home chef.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Listen, we're all in one accord. That's it. Just some college kid you found cooking meals in the culinary school.
The guy's got ripped jeans.
He's got
Personal chef.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's failing biology, but he's cooking your meals.
All right. Oh, you said you have a joke for me, right?
Okay. So we're gonna start with a joke that wasn't homemade. So as you guys know, New Year, kids are getting older.
Yeah.
My boys, we have some things that we watch on YouTube together.
Yeah.
Somehow in the algorithm, they saw one of our shorts.
Super awkward.
It's super awkward. They're so proud of me. They're like, Dad, you have 1,000 people that subscribe you. It was like this weird, humbling thing. They were like so proud. And they're like, the guys that we follow have like 1 million. And I was like, well, no.
They're like, Dad, you know Mark Rober?
Like, dude, could you call Preston Plays? No, I can't. But they saw one of the shorts and the one that we did about Gideon's catchphrases, and Giddy like welled up with pride because it was like he got the mention.
Sure.
So the last few weeks, Isaiah has been like dropping jokes. So one of the ones that he's been doing, he's done this a couple different times. The first time it really confused me. He'll come in after school and like slam the door and be like, "Open up! It's the FBI." That's like his little thing. Which is like, he's 9 and he's in his mom's car, but it's just funny to hear him slam the door and be like, "Open up, it's the FBI." So there you go, bud. That one's made it. But the other one, he's like, I got some jokes. And so I was going to tell you, Uncle Chad, one of his best jokes.
Trying to get on the podcast.
Trying to get on the podcast.
Okay.
Classic. It's a great joke because it's a really classic setup. So, okay, you ready?
Wait, he made this joke up?
I don't know where it came from.
Okay.
I didn't tell him this joke. He told me this joke. I had never heard it. You'll see in a minute why I got nervous to see where it was going to go. This joke could have gone very differently. Okay, so Chad, there's 3 friends wandering in the desert.
Okay.
These 3 friends wandered, and they find a lamp.
Oh.
And they you know, it looks like it could be a lamp.
Who put this out here?
Who's this lamp? So that they rub the magic lamp, and bah, genie opens.
Oh, nice.
Genie says, "I got 3 wishes," and they've been wandering in the desert. So great premise. Genie, 3 friends, desert, could go anywhere. This is great. The first friend was like, "Genie, I've been wandering a long way.
Yeah,
I'd like to go home."
Oh,
and so the genie says, "Boom, your wish is granted. You go home." Second friend takes the lamp and says, "Genie, I've been wandering a long way. I'd like to go home."
Yeah.
Go home.
Wow. Same wish.
Same wish.
It feels like one of them could have got the wish for all of them.
Well, hold on.
It's a waste of a second wish.
Hold on. We'll see. And then third person thinks for a long time about what to ask the genie. Other 2 friends went home, and he waits long enough, and he says, "Genie, I miss my friends." Other 2 friends appear back with the third friend.
Wow.
Genie says, "Your wishes have been granted."
Love it.
It's great. When he said, "I got 3 people in the desert with a genie and a lamp," I'm like, the setup for this could be anything. Like, hold on. So the "Genie, I miss my friends" has become one of our lines in the house. Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
"Genie, I miss my friends."
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So we were going to give y'all 5 wishes that we have for 2025. So this is 5 things for 2025 that we think will set you on a good course for growth in your ministry or improvement. So number one, 2025 coming at you. Use social media to build bridges, not posts.
Explain that.
So using social media to build bridges, not posts, means to leverage it for connection, not promotion.
Interesting.
I think one of the best things that you could do in 2025 is to figure out the ways in which your students and you, both as a person and a ministry, could connect online in a consistent, repeatable, relational way, more than just advertising the thing you're going to do.
Sure.
Take the event out of it. think about social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or even videos across a group me or Discord channel. Like think about media, not the apps, media done socially in a way that connects your favorite parts of the ministry and not just the calendar of your
Yeah, it's
ministry.
good.
If you love to teach, get some 30, 60-second, 3-minute videos out there of the things you wanted your students to see, hear, and know.
Yeah.
Set it up in your office, by a window, talk it, teach it out. Or if you love funny jokes and stuff, if you got funny kids, record some funny jokes, memes, dances, whatever. Make it really fun. Involve them. Leverage it for whatever else.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
I would say involve them.
Involve them too.
Is
Yeah.
a big piece of that, right?
Make it the ministry wide, not just the minister. Yeah.
Because you have to think when it comes to social media, outside of like reels and stories and things like that. I mean, you need other students that are not directly like following your ministry
Yeah.
to see it, and one of the only ways to do that is if your kids are sharing it.
Tagging,
Involve,
collaborating,
collaborate.
sharing. You need posts that are shareable enough, either because they were insightful or involved others.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not sharing when we start at 6:30.
No.
You know what I mean, or your announcements.
Yeah, they're gonna share what they would invite to, but not sharing your invitation. Yeah.
So having them do fun things. So
Yeah.
I love it. The bridge over just a post.
Yeah, so we're gonna build bridges instead of just building posts. So instead of just like the thing, like think about it in like, so make it sincere. What do you love in the ministry? What does your ministry love to do? Whether that's maybe it's trivia, maybe it's like trivia questions where you put out a question and they have all the little interactive things and the people answer and do. Just make it true to what you are. But make it as social as it is like an obligation. Make it fun. Make it serious. Yeah. Okay. Number two is serve together. Local community, serve and shine together. Like that's one of the things that in this next year, don't just have the big community like one day thing or just the big mission trip. What are the little things along the way that students are passionate about as chances to do stuff?
Yeah.
I think I am very much, we've talked about this in different breakouts, getting out of the classroom mentality of student ministry and into the lab. Like, how do we talk about like generosity and service, not just from a mic to a room, but practice it? Even if it's stuff you can do in your youth room on a Wednesday, if it's assembling care packages or food bags or just something that's like kinetic and happening and doing, and not just like, you guys should be out there doing stuff. And they're just like nodding along to it.
Well, and this is a generation that is so connected to like purpose and serving.
Yeah.
Those type of things.
Making a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
And so allowing them the opportunity to serve, it also continues to allow us to speak about how, Jesus, fed and cared for the needy and poor, and those type of things that we can really connect to at a deeper level. We invite them in. And I think I think those are really great opportunities. I know back when I first started in student ministry, the mission trip or the opportunity to serve wasn't something that at that time youth ministers were really thinking about as the like invite or the reach opportunity.
Yeah, that was like the final stop on the leadership journey.
Yes.
And I think that's probably the big pivot for if you're a veteran in youth ministry. Flip it. Like service may not be the end game; it may be the entry point.
An opportunity. And I would say begin to cast that vision for your students of going, hey, this is an opportunity to invite friends to come and serve, make an impact, sell them on the vision, the purpose, and you're going to see them be really open. That's another way to continue to compound. Some of these things. This is an opportunity, maybe not to post the actual serving opportunity on social media, but a way to engage friends through social media of the invite to, hey, we're going to be doing this thing on, January 24th, invite your friends. And here's a really great post that you can share on your social media to invite those to be a part.
Well, so one of my friends who's a social media kind of guru for stuff talks about that when it comes to like team brand stuff. The best things to post in a general category are group photos of students. well executed group photos of students because every person in it, if they look good, will share it. So instead of having like, yes, worship photos, back of the room, hand up are really powerful, but they want to share their face.
Yeah.
And so if it looks good and it's, two or three of them, then the likelihood of it being shared two or three times. If the goal of social media isn't just growth, but expansive webbing connection, then we
Yeah.
got to get more pictures and photos of groups of our students
good.
together. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. Opportunity to serve is
yeah,
huge.
seeing themselves serve and making a difference, like that's even better in some ways than the promotion for the chance to serve. It
Yep.
was the storytelling of what was happening. Yeah, yeah.
Well, and on the back end of those, you start to develop stories with each other,
Yes.
spent time with each other. All of these are building relationships that we'll kind of talk through in this list.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
What is the third wish? To come back home? That our friends would come back home?
so the third wish is to hand the keys over to the students.
There we go.
So the student-led initiatives. This is the stuff again, getting out of the classroom into the laboratory, and then now into the apprenticeship or whatever. So at every level, that there is adult leadership, is there a student version of it? Teaching, leading, serving, music, making, doing anything that an adult is doing in the life of the church. Is there a space for a student to be a junior or an apprentice too? From pastor to custodian, from missionary to director, from piano player to guitar. Like, where is the student? Again, maybe they're not the one, but how do we literally put them side by side with other people that are shared passions and interests?
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Can I add to this one?
Please. Yeah,
Not to be a fourth,
okay.
to be a
3B.
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 As well as bringing students in to initiate and to
Yeah.
ideate those type of things. I would say there are also key parents
Okay.
to
Yeah.
bring into as well, to learn from, get ideas, and even invite into like helping. Because in some of the same ways that you're going to have really influential students that can reach out to bring students to grow your student ministry, that is very true specifically with moms.
Yeah.
You will have really influential moms in your church that may or may not be connected to your most influential student.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you know who those influential moms are, a lot of times, if you're hosting an event or, like we were talking about, a big service project, that you're incorporating the parents into that like planning process of it. You will also, if you cast the vision and encourage those families to reach out to other families they know,
Yep.
to invite them to come and serve and to be a part of it, you are going to find that those relational connections happen really, really well.
We'll pick up a little bit more of that number 5, but
Yeah.
I think there is something really important there of like the who gets asked and the way in which we inventory
Gotcha.
like the relational folks in our church. And so number 4 is make fun the doorway.
Yeah.
This is something, it seems so simple, and yet this has become true again and again, is you have to give some high points for like students know when to invite, connect, and do.
Yeah.
So people always ask, I think it's really good to have a regular habit of meeting, whether that's every week or every other week. Your students need to know where to find you, find each other, and you need to plant the flag on Sunday nights or Wednesday nights or whenever it is. Like, this is where we can be found. Like, whatever the thing is, this is where we can be found. But along the way, inside that regular habit rhythm of meeting, what is the key time to bring a friend or to show up with my team or to we're gonna have even if it's more of a like a somber like prayer night or worship night or donut night. Like there needs to be like peaks and valleys of like this is the big night when we're all going to do the thing. And it may be related to food. It may be related to an activity. It may be a fantasy football, baseball draft. It may be a Mario Kart tournament, but give them some parameters around the dodgeball glow night that gives them an on-ramp to invite other students to. Because as much as we say, oh, your friends are always welcome, if they're always welcome, we're never going to invite. You've got to build it around. I don't think you have to add an additional night or activity to your week. If you meet on Sunday or Wednesday, plan within the confines of that rhythm, but give it a little bit of a ramping up of like, we want your friends or, bring your team night, bring your sibling night. to these particular moments in time.
Yeah, or as I like to put it, have fun on purpose.
Have fun on purpose. That's right. That's right.
And so I think
accidental fun, that doesn't hurt that doesn't help anybody.
well,
Yeah.
I think sometimes in student ministry, it's like, well, we have fun.
Yeah.
And it just becomes part of the rhythm instead of allowing it to be like, no, the focus for tonight.
Yeah.
And to realize, like, I think sometimes this gets thrown in like the bad bin of like, well, we got to have all of these things. And yes, if you're thinking about student ministry as just one-offs, you're correct. But none of this is one-offs, right? Like, yes, our main goal and main focus is the discipleship of students. Part of that process is having space for community building, connection, and those type of things. And so the easiest entry door, specifically for students that do not know Jesus yet, is often fun on purpose.
Yeah.
And so our ability to create fun environments, fun experiences, let your students know beforehand, bring them into the planning like we talked about, I think, on number 2.
Yeah.
To allow them to have say in what we're doing, what is the fun going to look like? Because I will tell you over the years that I've learned and become humble enough that what sounds the most fun to me may not be anymore to students.
Well, I think that's the careful thing. I think this is where the struggle for a lot of folks that were like, I think games are dumb. I think maybe what has happened, if I can just, again, New Year's resolution, maybe the thing that you thought was fun, they didn't enjoy, or the thing that they're talking about is fun, you think is silly. Like, fun at some levels is a little bit like music. Like, we all have our own preference. This is where I think leaning on a student leadership team, a fun squad of like, what would be the fun thing? Like, allow them to weigh in and input, because it may be they really want this thing that's like, sounds so dumb to you. Like, it may be, I mean, we still laugh that like Adam Sandler days is like a whole, like, there's schools across the country that one of their dress up days is to wear sweatpants and hockey jerseys because it's like a whole thing. I could have never predicted that. And yet it makes sense because it's easy and they all watch the movies. So there may be some like fun game, fun thing that feels either retro or silly to you that they're really excited about. And I think finding, like, being willing to like do the research. Like, I am on a bend this year that I think youth ministry needs to feel as much like journalism as it does like professorialship.
Yeah,
like, we're not just teaching stuff; we are trying to report back what we're learning. And I think getting close to the ground to find out what your kids are into really matters.
All right, I'm putting you on the spot. We did not plan this. This is not in show
Oh.
notes beforehand. We're gonna put on our youth minister hat again
Let's do
for
it.
a moment.
Yeah.
In the next 45 days, if you're a youth minister,
Yes.
you have to plan a fun event on Wednesday night. What is something outside of the box? I don't want easy layup. I've done this before. Outside of the box, next 45 days, give these folks an idea. I'll come up with an idea too. I can
Okay.
go first if you want. Give you a moment to think about it.
I think I got like a bad one. I'm wondering if I have like a good
A
one.
bad one's fine.
Okay.
Sometimes the best ideas spur off from a bad one.
Okay.
We're not going to actually do these, so these people can actually learn
Okay.
from our mistake.
Okay.
Here's my idea.
Okay. What's your bad? Is it good? Just to see what's that.
I think it's a brilliant
Okay.
idea. And let me tell you right now, if you do this,
You're welcome.
please send us photos.
Oh yeah. Always send us photos. Always send us photos.
I've never done this before.
Okay.
I think it'd be a blast.
Okay.
And I don't know why I thought about it. Coming up, February.
Yeah.
One of the most
Yeah.
unappreciated holidays that we have.
Yeah.
Groundhog's Day.
Oh, okay.
What if you threw the largest
It's on a Sunday this year.
groundhogs party
Okay.
in your city?
Okay.
It was a like 4 students.
Yeah.
We are going to celebrate
Yeah.
Groundhog's Day
Yeah.
like no one has ever before.
Okay.
One great opportunity for pigs in a blanket.
He's just making a pop. My man just wanted some homemade pigs in a blanket.
Well, if he sees a shadow, then
Yeah.
you've got extra crescent roll.
Okay.
If he does it,
Mustard.
yeah,
Mustard.
the pig's out.
Yeah.
No, but I think you could host a
Oh my gosh.
dude and sell it.
Yeah.
Like make some attire. Like
No, you got to dress up. You got to dress up fancy. You got to have the
fancy
platform.
monocles?
You got to come out and make the announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Today, yeah, it has to be a whole soapbox and a speech. I will say the videos leading up for it. If you did full like stovepipe hat and like big heavy
Oh
code
yeah, dude.
of like we look forward to the day that Winchester will tell us the future of the weather. Like
Come celebrate.
come celebrate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you could go buy a stuffed groundhog. You can make him your little pet. You can have a little cave in the youth room. It's like we're gonna, it's gonna be a thing or whatever. It's on a Sunday this year. You can make a whole Sunday out of it. It's a whole thing.
And just unapologetically, we're gonna celebrate Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a fun party.
And if it doesn't work, you could try it again the next week. Just keep trying it over and over.
I think it'd be huge.
Oh, okay. Mine was a lot more simple than that. I was just going to say there's probably a lot of businesses that you would have vendored in the summer that are real cheap in the winter. Something about snow cones in January and just doing like a summer party in the middle of winter.
Okay.
It just feels like
we're tired of the cold.
Yeah, just summer meltdown or whatever. Just have everybody wear like Hawaiian shirts, snow cones. Just whatever you were gonna do.
Wednesday night at the beach.
Yeah, Wednesday night at the beach. Yeah, just blow it out and do whatever you would have done for like a big summer like cookout night or whatever, and just do it in like the end of January.
Oh, you know what I would do with that?
What would you?
Right at this time of year? That is actually a good idea. So host a summer party.
Yeah.
That is kickoff and reminder for camp dates, and
summer events.
Let that be the start of your sign up.
Just have it be the save the day. Maybe you don't have the full form yet, but it's the save the date night. Yeah. So that's
who's ready for summer.
Yeah, who's ready for summer? Yeah, you just you got like sunscreen on your nose. You're ready to go. There's little kiddie pools with drinks in them and stuff.
They show up. Yeah. There's snow on the ground, and you're just the grill
just
in the
grilling. Yeah, just get one of those because one of those dads would love to grill. Like you're just doing pineapple pork out there. Yeah, just cooking. Do it.
That's fun.
Summer in January. Yeah.
That's good.
So, okay. The last one. So number 5 on our 2025 list is make it personal. Make it relational. So relationship, we've talked about it before on the podcast. Here's the way we want to level up this year. What are the relational webbing networks of your ministry? Like this is the actual hard work that we're going to give you at the very first of the year is can you do a relational map of your ministry? Like who is everybody connected to? In the same way that some folks will like mind map an idea. So this may be harder depending on the size of your ministry and how long you've been there. You may have like years and years of stuff, but can you trace all of your students to a connection they have both as a friend, parent, mentor, like do the work of like who are the people in the lives of the folks in your ministry, and then go the other way, who are the adults and where are they connected, and just see where the loose ends are. I think sometimes we don't do some of the critical like analysis work. Last January, we talked a lot about like having the right kind of numbers. I would say have this as a right kind of visualization, like do the crazy corkboard thing and put some names and draw strings of like, where is everybody connected? Who's missing out? Who's drifted off? And if you have some pins that are like loose hangers, find ways to pull them back in. Cause I think a lot of times like we do the program work, but we don't do the relationship stuff as work. Yeah. And I think that's the part for me that's been kind of a drum that we've been on the last year and a half is that relationship in your relational youth ministry isn't just like a personality feature of your ministry. There's a layer of work that goes into it. Like the phone calls and the texts and the coffees are the work. Those aren't just like the fun benefits of like, I made some calls today. Like, no, that was like, I was on the phone. I was doing the work today. And some of that starts with doing the top down, like mapping it out kind of stuff.
I think one of a really simple question to ask a lot of your students is this: who are 3 or 4 of your very best friends? Because I mean, you're gonna find that they've got really good friends in their life that you've never met before.
Yeah.
Those are great opportunities to get to know them at a deeper level.
Yeah.
But it's also an opportunity to be like, oh, well, tell me about John.
Yeah.
Who is John? Oh, you play football with him?
Yeah.
Does he go to church anywhere? And now, like, even for a lot of your students, and I don't think this is sometimes, I think students are pulled in so many different directions, even when we're like, invite your friends, reach out to your friends, evangelize your friends.
That's too many messages. There's too much. It becomes noise.
Right.
Yeah.
But the ability to talk to a kid and be like, oh, tell me about John. Does John go to church anywhere? Oh, he does. invite John.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
love to meet John.
That's wonderful. Not even just have the kids that are there, but like who are
Who are their
like
friends?
Chad is connected to Zach and to John and to Tim, and so being able to like pray for and know like one layer deeper of personal connection is
Yeah.
great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Well, I think those are ways. One, even if they never invite that friend, it is a way to let them know in that room that
yeah,
you care about them and
even
who they
deeper.
care about.
Good.
To get to know them, why do you like John? How long you been friends with him?
Yeah.
All of those kind of
Yeah.
things.
It's the third wish. Miss my friends.
I hope they come home.
I hope they come home. So there you go. Thanks everybody. We'll see you back next week.
Snap.